Prime Minister Mark Carney has announced his first batch of major projects after spending the summer reviewing pitches from Canada's premiers.
We've got the ear of the Prime Minister. We have advocates in the federal cabinet. We are making progress towards building up this vision that's been talked about in Manitoba for so long. I think is a really exciting period.
I found more common ground with the Prime Minister when I met with him yesterday than I have with any meeting with a Prime Minister.
I am proud that 40% of the projects listed by the federal government on their priority project list today are British Columbia projects.
Carney has recommended 5 initial projects for approval and named another 6 that he says require further work before getting the green light, one of which is based on the East Coast.
This Nova Scotia-based project will transform Atlantic Canada's energy supply, electricity supply, and create enormous opportunities for new industries and export markets.
Tim Houston is the Premier of Nova Scotia, and he joins me now. Premier Houston, it's good to see you again. Thank you for your time, sir.
Thanks for having me. Happy to be here.
Your pitch for the national projects was the Wind West Atlantic Energy, as it's been dubbed in this announcement by the Prime Minister today. It's on to that second tier of projects. So, I mean, what does that mean for this particular initiative?
Oh, this is an incredible day for the country and certainly for Nova Scotia and Atlantic Canada. I mean, the Prime Minister has talked about, making Canada an energy superpower. And we can certainly contribute to that from Nova Scotia and Atlantic Canada. The Wind West project is amazing, and I'm so thrilled and grateful that it was recognized by Ottawa as being able to contribute to that superpower thing. But what it means is tens of billions of dollars in investment in Nova Scotia and Atlantic Canada just to build out the transmission. And then tens of billions of dollars to actually build the generation offshore. It means thousands of jobs. It means hope. It means economic hope for our province. But this is me really happy today. This is a great day for Nova Scotia and for our country.
Okay, I'm not trying to bring you down, but it's on that second list. But when you and I spoke in Saskatoon, I think it was, where you first talked about this at that first initial meeting with the Prime Minister to talk projects, and again in Huntsville, it's still very much in the concept phase, this project, right? Like there's still some work that needs to be done. So how does this tangibly advance it other than giving it a designation?
What it means is, certainly we have some steps it's a step in the journey for sure. And the next step for us is we'll put out requests for information and, some speccing and some, look for some proposals and qualify bidders, and then we'll open the bidding process. But what it means is like from the offshore in Nova Scotia, the wind blows a lot, the wind speeds are world class, it blows a lot, the depth is good, the bottoms are good, we have all these conditions. We can produce anywhere between 40, 50, 60 gigawatts of energy, but we only use 2. So what we really need to make sure is that the people who make those investments, the private money that flows in to make the investments, that we show them that there is a path to get all that energy to a market in Quebec, in Ontario, in other parts of the country. Who knows where the market is? The market is very vast. But what happened today is the federal government said, this is a project that is worthy and we are supportive and we will help work with you to make sure that that path to market is open. And what that really means is when we open the bids, the interest level in people, bidding on it to do the build out, to spend the money, the interest level just went up dramatically today. So it's a really important day because if we couldn't show people that there was a path to market, then there wouldn't be, who knows what the interest would have been in the bid process. But this is a big deal. This is a big deal. It's clean, green energy, and there's a lot of it, and the world needs that, and we can provide it from Nova Scotia and from Canada, and this will help make Canada strong, which is what we all want.
Okay, so that's the key point. It's not like there's a proponent with a plan and capital ready to go, so to speak. It's that this sends a signal to anybody out there in this sector, because there's obviously going to be people with an interest in wind energy as a space, that it's an investor confidence signal that comes from this designation. Is that how you view it, or do you have someone lined up ready to go with cash and a plan to start building?
Yeah, the interest has been very significant. I've been talking about this for quite a while and traveling the world and talking to possible proponents, and the interest has been very, very strong, particularly what's happening in the States and some of the projects down there being canceled. It's all opportunity for Nova Scotia. It's all opportunity for Canada. So the interest has been very strong, and honestly, I've just been kind of holding it back to get the designation because I know will increase the value for our country. And what happened today certainly increases the value for our country. And this is an incredible project. It will bring incredible, opportunities to Nova Scotians, but to Canadians, because the build out of this will, as we talk about the steel that's needed, the aluminum that's needed, the jobs will be unbelievable. Everything from the most talented, sophisticated engineers to catering companies to every possible trade imaginable. Thousands of jobs in the build out, thousands of jobs in the maintenance. So this is a step on a journey for sure. There are additional steps to be had. There's no question about that. But this is a very first step that we can take very proudly and have a lot of bounce in our step today, because this will happen, and we'll make sure that it happens for Canada, and Nova Scotians can be very, very proud today that others are recognizing the importance and the opportunity that's been created here.
Well, the pitch of all of this, the National Projects Office, the specific agenda that Mark Carney wants to advance while he's Prime Minister, is to build at a speed and scale. So for this particular concept of the wind power project off the coast of Nova Scotia, how far does this move up your timeline? I mean, what does it tangibly mean in terms of speeding things along?
Yeah, so I think that we'll spend 2 months, probably 3 months maybe, on qualifying bidders and really kind of stoking up and see what people are interested in doing. And then a couple months after we open it, to assess them. So I think in 4, 5, 6 months, we'll be announcing who those proponents are and what those investments will be. And then we'll get started. Obviously, the permitting, there'll be different ways that we can take this energy to market. We can do subsea cables, we can do overland through New Brunswick and into Quebec. So either way we do it, there'll be some permitting. But today, it's really important that Ottawa and the Prime Minister, I've spoke to the Prime Minister, I've spoke to Minister Hudson a number of times. Minister Hudson's going to come down in a couple weeks, or within a couple weeks, to talk about some of the details about what the designation means, what the identification means in terms of investment tax credits and access to infrastructure bank. But they're moving fast. He's already on the phone talking to us saying, when can I come down? And of course, I'm saying whenever. I'm ready. But industry is ready. They're waiting for this. Nova Scotians are ready. The federal government's ready. We're ready. So it's a massive project. It's going to take years to build it all out. But the benefits from that investment of a couple of years or years to build it out, the benefits will literally last generations. This is a big, big moment for Nova Scotia on this project. But I'm so proud of the Prime Minister and his team for announcing a suite of projects across the country. This is such a good day for Canada, and I'm really proud to be part of it as the Premier of Nova Scotia.
Some of the commentary, though, Premier, is that I know your project is in that second tier or second tranche, whatever phrasing you want to use. The 5 in the first tier, the initial wave that are going to go right to the Major Projects Office, a lot of those are pretty well advanced, have a lot of their permits in place, have financing, or just waiting on final investment decisions. And seemed like these were projects that would likely happen with or without this particular initiative. I mean, how do you view it? Because it is difficult to see completely why this was necessary for some of these particular 5 projects.
Yeah, I view it as a good thing, because there's always some degree of uncertainty. So you may think you have the investment lined up, you may think you have the support, you may think you have the permits, and something could happen. I think today those projects who are ready, to put shovels in the ground tomorrow. Wind West is not, but this is a significant moment for Wind West for the reasons we talked about. But even when you think something is certain, there can be some uncertainty, and I think what happened today is the uncertainty was mitigated dramatically. Those projects have a much stronger chance. If they had a strong chance yesterday, they have a much stronger chance today, and that's a good thing for our country. So with Wind West, I mean, we know that the market is interested with the world-class wind speeds, 10% faster than the speeds in the North Sea, like really significant. It blows a lot. The water, all these things that I talked about, we have everything that we need to make. Canada as a country has 0 offshore wind, 0. Well, I'm happy to say that, with what happened today, I can say with even more certainty that Nova Scotia will deliver for Canada the first offshore wind for our country. And that is a big thing, and I'm determined. And now I know that the federal government and Minister Hudson and the Prime Minister and the whole team up there, I know that they're committed to, and that there's nothing more that I could ask for today. So I'm grateful and I'm excited.
Premier Tim Houston of Nova Scotia, we always appreciate the time. Thank you, sir.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.